This conference will now be recorded.
So how to log into Salesforce, guys? Login.salesforce.com. With that you can log in, and trainee Mohan 11, that is my username. And let's see. So now I am able to logging into Salesforce area, and now I am in which view? Classic view. And yesterday what I discussed, guys, I have explained about the object fields tab. Okay, three things we have discussed in our yesterday class. So what is the object and how to create object is generally, so guys, so I am giving definitions, right? It is not a sub like a textbook definitions, it is not a document definitions, it is my own definitions. So based on what I experience and what I understand. Okay, and you also don't go like a document kind of definitions. Whatever you understand, based on that one only you can make your own definition. Okay, it is not a school to write everything as per the documentation. Okay, that is not a right approach. In IT industry, if you want to survive, the first thing is you need to understand the concepts. Okay, and based on the on your understanding, so you need to prepare your own definitions. Okay, even in interviews also, so whatever you understood, okay, that only you need to explain. Okay, and now object. So let's see object, how to create object. Object is a configuration kind of thing. So configuration means generally where we can create by using a setup, we can create it. So click on the setup. So already, so you are in a setup, so that's why you are here. And objects, and come down, and you can check only for this objects, plain objects. Click on this one. And so by clicking on the new custom object, you are able to create an object, and you can click on this one. That's it. Okay, and this is the page of object detail page. The page name is what? Object detail page, which tells which gives details of the object. Okay, so these are the details of the object along with the other sections. Okay, so these are all what? Sections. Okay, terminology you need to remember. Okay. Now object is used to store the fields and values. That means data. Okay. So that is the object. And now I have created an object. Good. And I have created a few of the fields also on this object. Okay. Good. Nice. Okay. And next thing is who created these fields? These are the standard fields which are created by Salesforce. Okay. By default fields. And who created these fields? We created these fields. Okay, we means I am the user. Okay, user created these fields. Okay, these are the custom fields. And next, see, I have an object, I have a fields, but I want to create records. So if I want to create a records, how many ways we can create records? So how many ways we can create records or data? Yesterday we have seen, so what is data or what is record? Okay, now how many ways? One is by using tab, we can create records. Next thing is what? Development. Simply by using coding, simply you can say like this, by using coding. Next, by using tools, other tools like data loader. Okay, and by using integrations. As of now you don't know all these things, right? That is the reason I have not told yesterday. But for our reference purpose, I have explained this one. By using a tab, we can create records, and these topics going forward we will cover. And now you can see. So without tab, right now you cannot create record for this object without tab. So what is the benefit of the tab? Tab benefit is to create the record. Okay. So how to create the tab? Again, you need to go to setup and search for tab here, and go to tabs here. Click on the tabs, and here if you click on this new tab, and for that object you are able to create tab for that one. Okay, And now, so I have already created one tab for this object, so I cannot create more than one tab for one object. So click on students, and now this is the tab. Okay, good. So the color of the tab is like a leaf color, and how it will be displayed, so when you click on the tab, so it will be highlighted with that color. Okay, so that's the benefit of the color. And now when you click on the tab, you can see this. So what are these are what? Records. So records in Excel sheet, you can call it as a rows. This is Usha's row, Shankar's row. Same way, this is Usha record, Shankar record. Okay, Usha's data, Shankar's data, like that. So if you click on this one, you can see. So these are what? This is what? Record detail page. Yesterday I have told, right? This is what? Record detail page. So why I am calling this is a record detail page? It gives the details of that particular record. Whose record? Usha's record. It is providing the details of the Usha's record. Okay, and what is the object? Student object. And what are these? Left side, field label names. That means generally you can call it as a fields. And the right side, values. So it is a field and its value. You can see field value. Okay, so that's it. This is what yesterday we have discussed, guys. And now today, so as per our business requirement, right? Our business VLR business peoples are asking to create all these fields, so that they can store students information in those fields. Okay, and what is the field? Field is used to store the value. That's it. Field is used to store the value. That's it. Okay, next, so address, we are going to create a address field. So address means, let's see, new field we are going to create. So it is a field, right? Generally field is created within the object only. You cannot create a separate field without object. So definitely you must have an object if you want to create a field. So on which object we want to create the field? We want to create the field for student object. So student object means I need to go to a standard navigation. Let's go to standard navigation, setup, search for objects. Okay, so here objects are there. Click on it and go to student. This is the regular traditional standard navigation. Okay, and going forward I will show you the shortcuts and everything. Once you are able to, I mean, remember these things, next we will see other things. And now what data type you want to select? Let's see here. So in address, what data you want to store? So a lot of data is there, right? Text, it is a text. Okay, so let's see. Text means, is it a small text or long text? It's a long text. So because like a street address, nearby location, all this data you can store in that address. Okay, so that means you need to select, see here, text is there, right? You need to select some other things like text area long. Okay, let's see, text area long. Before going to text area long, what I want to do is I want to go with text area. Okay, let's see about the text area. So text means, you know, right? Some characters you can write, that is called text. And the text area, let's see. Okay, select the text area, click on the next button. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so what is the field you need to create based on the business requirement? You are the employees, right? So who is doing these things? You only doing these things, remember. Whether you are an admin or whether you are a developer, see, few people will think, right? So sir, I am a developer, do I need to, work on admin also? Yes, definitely. So if you are a developer, right, you need to know about the admin also. Okay, that is must, guys. Developer means in India they can do both, admin and development also. And definitely you should know also. If you don't know admin, you cannot work on development, remember that one. Okay, cool. And next, click on the next button. and I asked you to skip a few of the things, right? Next, next, next. So click on next and finally save it. Okay, now we are able to create so this field, and the API name is added with underscore underscore C, and it is a text area data type, and the length is 255 characters by default. Okay, now I want to so update the data for the existing records. So right click on this one, open next, go to Usha's record, and you can see address bar. Okay, text area, right? Edit it, and you can see here. So address, what is the difference between the text? So which field is a text data type field? Let me show you. City is a text data type field. Let's see, city. It is a text data type field. Okay, and it is a text area data type field. So what is the difference between the text to text area? Can you see here? So this is the only difference. You can drag, expand, or you can collapse like this. That is the difference between the text to text area. And maximum, how many characters you can so insert for that text area. Let's go to the field and let's see here. This is the text area field, and where is the text field? City also, you can go and check. So address is the text area, maximum how many characters you can enter. So let me show you. You can go to 1 second. I know that one, let me show you. You can go here, so come down. Okay, let's see here, text area, you can see over here. So this is the maximum characters, so you need to enter. Okay, and what is the length of the text? Here they have not mentioned, right? Maximum I'm asking. So text also, it allows 255 characters only. So both text can allow maximum 255 characters, and the text area can allow maximum 255 characters, and more than that Salesforce will not support. I'm talking about the maximum. So minimum you can so use how many characters if you want, right? You can restrict the minimum while creating the field, but maximum 255. Salesforce has given the limit, that is the maximum. Okay, even for text also, text area also, maximum is 255 characters. 255 chars means characters. Okay, and what is the difference between the text to text area? Only this is the difference. Text area box, right? It will be a box and you can expand and collapse, but text you cannot expand and collapse. That is the difference. So address means now you can enter it. So copy all the details. You can enter in however you want, you can enter it like this also, not a problem. And let's save it. Okay, so address is like this. This is the text area field. And next, and like that you can enter so like Shankar's data also. Okay, you can enter like this and go to Shankar. Let's see. Okay, and as of now, if you want to enter the data, you are using edit button, right? So now you can see one more new thing. Let's say here, so have you seen the pencil mark? That means you can edit this one. So double click on this one, so you can enter like this also. Okay, go to Shankar and copy his details. You can enter. Okay, okay, once you click on OK, you need to click on the save button, remember. That's it. Okay, in this is called inline editing. So instead of using button, right, inline editing. Okay, so that means line by line editing. This is one line, think about this one. In that line, if you want, you can edit and modify it. See here. Okay, you can modify city also, you can modify. You can see the pencil symbol. Can you see? That means you are able to edit it. If you want, you can update the data like this. Okay, and once if you click on this one, right, you need to click on the save button. If you don't click on the save button, the data will not be saved. Remember the point. And everything, if you are able to see the pencil symbol, that means these fields are editable. That means you can modify these fields, these field values. I mean to say, fields means field values. This is called inline editing, line by line. In that line you are editing. See, in this line you are editing. That is called inline editing. Okay, and these fields you can see here, created by field. So you are seeing lock icon. Lock means you cannot edit, you cannot modify it. And you can see this also. Okay, you can just change it, not a problem. And here you can see again lock symbol, you cannot modify this one. So you cannot modify, that means it is a read only fields. So lock symbol means read only. Read only means you cannot modify. Okay, that is called read only. So these are the terminologies. Slowly I am injecting in your brains, guys. Instead of injecting at a time, I'm just injecting slowly, one by one, so that you can easily remember in your brain. Okay, that's it. So we have learned new thing like inline editing along with our current subject. Next, suppose they want to store bank account details also. Okay, they want to store bank account details also. So institute persons, now we need to create a bank account details. So this one we will create later, bank account. Yeah, okay, we will create now itself, not a problem. Let's see. So go to, so where we need to create the fields, we need to create a fields and in object detail page. Okay, so you need to go to the object detail page. So setup, search for objects. Okay, you are searching the objects, right? Recently I have opened, go to this body of the page. Now let me explain one more new point. So you can see here, this is the body, right? So here can you see recent items? So in that recent items, so only configuration items will be displayed over here. So what are the configuration items? You need to remember the difference between the configuration items and data. Let's see here one more thing, again new things. Configuration items are features. Okay, and next data are records. Okay, both are different. Data or records means we can create, okay, by using the tab in object, that is called data. And configuration items or features means Salesforce provided features, both are different. So left side whatever you are seeing, viewing, right, these are the configuration items or future features. Or records means here we are creating the, right, under Shankar, these are called records. You need to know the difference between both. Okay, now here what will be displayed in recent items, what will be displayed, whether the record which I have created is displayed. One second. Okay, 88 people's, right? So guys, please keep quiet. Okay, see here. So recent items means only configuration items you can see over here. So like a student, it is a object, that is the reason. So you are seeing here address also configuration item, field. Okay, city also field. Okay, except data, data means records. Except data, everything comes under configuration items. Okay, except data, except data, everything comes under configuration features. Except data. Okay, except data. So data means records, that's it. You know data means now. Okay, that's it. See all the fields, even tabs also fields. So this is the tab, right? So that also it comes under recent items only. Okay, configuration items which you modified recently will be displayed over here. Okay, that's it. So let's go simply. Now the simple navigation is what, if I want to go to student object, simply I can come to recent items, because so recently I have opened, that is the reason. Now I can go to object detail page. Okay, object detail page. And now, so click on the custom fields, go here, create a custom field. And now, so data type, which data type I need to select. So let's see, from here to here, today I am going to finish all these data types today itself, because we have a lot of time, right? That is the reason. And let's see, and bank account, they want to store in number. Bank account is a number or not? Generally bank account is a number, right? Okay, so some kind of number bank account, so they can use like integer. So here number is there, the data type is there if you want. Otherwise, if they want to store this bank account details in an encrypted format, like they don't want to show all this like bank account details to all other users. So in that situation, so they can use hide, they can hide the bank account so details of the students. Okay, so they can go to encrypted. Encrypted means so they cannot see all the numbers, like so you are getting emails, right? If you remember, so this credit card ending with these numbers, you need to pay so this much amount within this month, like that emails. I mean, just talking about the general things, guys. Okay, I'm talking about the general things. Suppose whoever using credit cards and all those kind of things, so they can get emails, right? In that emails you can see cross like this they are going to give, right? Like this. Here I cannot show cross like this at the end, right? Ending with this number, so you need to pay some amount of money for this one, like that, right? So encryption means this is called encryption. So in the back end the original numbers they are storing, but in the front end, so they cannot show these details. In the front end they can hide, they are hiding these details, so that no one can see your account numbers, no one can see your details. That is called encryption. Okay, so these are the terminologies you need to remember always. So bank account details they want encrypt, so they can use text encrypted data type. Now you can write bank details like bank account. I am giving space. Yesterday I told you, right? I am giving space here, but field name will not allow to take space. So what it will take? Underscore it will take. And the length. So bank account, it is a text. Text means maximum 255 characters only. So and generally in worldwide, right? What is the standard format of the account numbers? 14 or 16 or 18 something, right? Think so 14, but I'm just giving 16. So I can restrict maximum 255 characters, but I can restrict up to 16. Okay, and now next thing is this one, very important, mask type. It is very important. So let's see the type of the mask. Mask all characters and the last four characters clear, national insurance, like that. So let's see here, mask all characters if I have selected. Okay, and mask type either this one or this one. So generally this will be used for passwords, right? I will show you. And this will be used for credit cards and bank details. And example, you can see this one, output. So that means what will happen, so if I go here, right? Suppose if I go here, and a new field bank account will be created. And suppose if I enter anything here, suppose like this account I have entered, example I'm saying, and if you click on the save button, the output will be like this. You can't see the entered account number. Okay, but in the back end the account number will be there. Okay, the account will not be changed, but in the front end, so they have masked, okay, with xxx like that. Okay, that's, and last four characters see here, so they are clearing, so they are like this only, right? You are getting emails like this, or credit card number you can see here, yeah, exactly like this. So the credit card number will be stored and you will get emails also like this. Okay, so generally accounts, national insurance number means like that they are giving, and the social security number. So like this, these are the formats, whatever format if you want you can use it, not a problem. So let's go to credit card format like this. And suppose, see here, mask all characters selected, and instead of X I can select this one. So this one, where generally we have seen this one when I am entering the password, right? Login.salesforce.com. So if I am entering the password, let's see here. Okay, here, so the password, right, masked. This is also masked by Salesforce. They have used some technology to mask like this, so that I cannot see whatever I have entered here. So that kind of format here. So for passwords in real time, if any business requirement is there like that, and they can use this kind of character to mask. Okay, so you can use this one now in this example, and use credit card number like this. That's it. Okay, so click on the next button and skip this one. So by clicking on the next button, finally save it. That's it. Now I am able to create bank account also, which is a text data type, but it is encrypted and maximum character length is 16. Okay, that's it. And now you can refresh the page either like this, enter it, and you can see bank account, right? So inline editing, simply you can edit it. And account number, so what is the account number? Simply you can give account number details. Save it. Once you save it, see here, so the format will be whatever format I have selected here, right? Bank account, you can see. Okay, so credit card number format, and X is the mask, so it is masked with like this, and credit card number format it is displayed. But some peoples will have doubt, sir, what will happen? So whatever data will be entered, right, where it goes, it is already stayed in the backend database. Okay, so that does not changes, but for viewing purpose only they have masked like this, but in the backend the original data is there. That's it. Next, and you can check with other record also, like a Shankar record also. It is Shankar, right? So go to here and Osha's record, and you can enter here. Okay, so this is the Osha's bank account also. That's it. Next, so is fees paid? Next one, yes or no? Okay, whether the student paid a fees or not, yes or no? Okay, that kind of things. So let's see here how we are going to so create this kind of field, yes or no kind of field in Salesforce. So what you need to do, you need to go to object. So let's say open setup, and in the recent items you can see student object. So click on this one, and you can go here and fields. This is the standard regular navigation. As of now, I hope everyone remembered this navigation. Now, so forget about this navigation. I want to go to that object detail page or fields directly. So I already remembered this navigation. And next is what? So quickly I want to access the fields. Quickly I want to go to the fields. How? So on this record, you can see right side. Can you see everyone? Icon is there. Okay, just click on this icon so that the menu will be expanded. And if you click on, it will be collapsed. So from here, so you can see view fields, view object, and other things also there. Forget about the remaining options, we will see later. And now click on view object. So click on this link, and where you are, so it is taking you to student object detail page only, because you are in which object, you can see here it is a student object. What tab? This one, student object tab, this one. Okay, that's it. And now I want to view fields, so click on the view fields link. And what is the difference between the view fields link to view object link? See, this fields also available in the same object detail page, student object detail page. Same page, you are in the same page. But what is the difference? What difference you have observed? If I click on the view object, it is taking you to the starting of the page. And if I click on the view fields, it takes to the section directly, field section in the same page. So that is the difference between the view fields to view object. Okay, that's it. So suppose I am in a student object, now I am able to access this one easily. Okay, now some people can ask the question, right? Let's say suppose I am in here, can I access object? Okay, simply yes, you can go to this menu bar and you can see view fields or view object, like that, click on it, so you can have access to this one simply. Okay, and next, okay sir, and you might have one more question. These are the accounts, contacts, all other objects are there. Okay, suppose if I want to access quickly, I want to access account objects, account fields, how can I access it quickly? So what I need to do, I need to go to accounts tab, click on it, and so click on this one, and you can see view object, simply it will take you to account object. Okay guys, don't worry about these standard objects. So once all the topics which are related to custom objects are finished, then I will explain about the standard objects, and I will tell you the difference between the custom objects to standard objects, and after that I will give few assignments, you need to work on that one. Okay, next, so now I am in accounts tab, I can have access to so my accounts object only. So if you want to access any object quickly, you need to click on the particular tab. Suppose see, click on the contacts tab, and you can have access to the contact object fields simply, which fields, contact object fields. Okay, so that's it. This is a new thing you learned now. Okay, so what is the name of this one? Quick access menu. This is a menu, generally it provides menu, like in hotel menu is providing, right? Same way menu. So but quickly you can access it, that's the reason. So what is this one name? Terminologies, quick access menu. You can access this menu quickly, that is the meaning of that one. So this terminologies you need to remember, guys. Why I am saying is, if you go to the real time, if anyone is saying this terminology, because real time employees can so pronounce this terminologies only. Okay, you also need to pronounce the terminology, and you should not tell box, icon, so they will think you are a fake guy. Okay, if you tell like that, so you should not tell like that. Whatever terminology I am using, you should use the same terminology. Okay, after this class you will get a recorded video, you can so remember the terminologies in your brain, not in the book. That's it. Next, is fees paid, so I need to create a field, right? Now I am in a students tab, so I can quickly access the fields of the student object, and I am in a custom fields related section, and click on the new, and what data type I need to select, because it is a true or false. So true or false means checkbox simply, so a checkbox kind of thing. Okay, so you need to select a checkbox. Let's say if it is checked means true, if it is not checked means false. Okay, a checkbox will be there, and click on the next button, and what is the one? Is fees paid, right? Okay, so question mark, add the question mark and observe it. Okay, and enter it. So field does not allow these symbols also, see here, does not allow these symbols also, and it does not allow gaps also. Under gaps it will add underscores, and by default what is the value on the record? Default value on the records, see here, so unchecked, by default it is unchecked. Okay, and click on the next, and next, finally save it. Okay, that's it. And now what you need to do is, let's see here, what field you have created? Is fees paid. Let's see, the label name is added with question mark. So here what you can see on the object, so you can go to Shas record, and is fees paid, you can see the label name with the question mark. So that means whatever label name you have added, as it is, it will display on the record detail page. Okay, and field name will be used to create a API name, that's it. And by default what is the value we have selected? Unchecked. See here, this is the checkbox, it is unchecked. So otherwise edit this one and you can observe it. By default it is unchecked. Why? We have, by default value we have added, it is unchecked, that is the reason. Okay, and now you can check it. Suppose Usha already paid so some amount of fees, okay, then it is checked and click on save button. That's it. So checkbox. So is fees paid? It is checked. So generally, so who will add all these details? Receptionists will add all these details. So they only can enter OSHA details. I mean students details, because they are using Salesforce application, right? End users. So they can enter these details. If OSHA paid the fees, they can check it and go to here and go to Shankar, and Shankar doesn't pay the amount, so generally they didn't check it. That means Shankar still doesn't pay the fees. That is the reason of this one. Okay, meaning. Okay, now by default I want to make it as a checked. Can I make it or not? Of course, yes, you can make it. Edit, and the default value is checked, so you can save it. So now default value is checked. Okay, so that means so let's see, you need to create one more record to check it. So let's create a new record, and here you can see by default it is checked. When you are creating a record, okay, by default you are seeing checked. Okay, that is the difference between this one. So uncheck it. That's it. Next, course. Okay, course fees. How many courses they are offering in the VLR Institute? So many courses. So Salesforce and data science. Okay, think suppose Shankar joined for other course, data science, not for Salesforce. Okay, that's it. So data science. Some people joined for digital marketing, and some students, general I'm saying, some students joined for UI technology. Some students joined for Python. However, I have not entered student details here. Okay, however, I have not entered student details here. You can just assume like that. So people are joined for these courses, different courses. So let's say enter, no problem if you want. Venu, Raju, Srinu. Okay, so I'm not entering any other details. Let's see later. Okay, these are the courses. Now come to the point. So what I need to do, I need to create a field. That field contains an option, so which contains all these courses like let's see here, it is what drop down. So here we are seeing options, right? Menu, lot of menu, right? And like that I want to see, let's go to accounts and go to like this, and you can see here. So here you are seeing red, hot, warm, like this. So like this kind of field I need to create, because see here in this option I need to display Salesforce, data science, digital marketing, UI path, all these options I need to display. So that means this kind of data type field I need to create. What is the data type of that field? Okay, what is the data type of the field? Let's see. Let's go to object or view fields simply and create the custom new field. And now you need to select the exact data type of the field. So let's see here, pick list. Okay, pick list. From list you can pick up a value. What is this one? Okay, let's see. So it is a pick list data type. I will explain again one more time, and click on the next. And now what is the field here? Courses, offering courses. Okay, simply, and API name. And next, how I need to enter these values. Which values? These values. How I need to enter Salesforce, data science, all these courses which are offering in this VLR Institute. So how we need to enter it? So here you need to select the second one. This is the coding related things, guys, some kind of packages. It's not needed. So you need to click on this radio button and come down. And here you can enter all these details. Okay, copy it, paste it. Okay, remove it. Let me show you. Salesforce I have entered, and suppose I want to enter next course. So some people will think, can I give comma like that? Yes, let's give comma and check it the output, no problem. Okay, digital marketing, and next UI. Only for one value I have given comma, and for other values I have not given comma. So in a single line I am giving Salesforce comma data science. So how it will take? It will take a single value both. Let's see the output and later we will change the value. Otherwise we will do one thing. First remove this one here. So give like this only. Later I will show you. Negative side also I will show you. Okay. So each value can be written in a separate line. So each value should be added in a separate line, and you should not use any commas also. Remember, you should not use any commas also. Okay, that's it. And next, so okay, in what format I want to display these values? Display values in an alphabetical format or whatever order I have given in that order. If you want to display these values in alphabetical order, so you can select it, so that there that will be displayed in alphabetical order. That we will see later. Let's see simply. Okay, don't do anything. Click on the next button and click on the next button. Finally save it. Okay, done. You are able to create one more field, so called, where is this one, offering courses, which is a pick list. Okay, open this one. And now go to students and open Shankar data. Shankar data, remove data. Good. And now, so offering courses, right? So just double click on it. That is one thing. Or otherwise, edit this one so that you can get a clear picture. And now you can see offering courses like this. So what are options available here? Let's see. Salesforce, digital marketing, UI, Python, data science. So which order it is taking? In the same order only it is taking. This is the course field, guys. Let's see. Let me go back again. So let's open offering courses. Click on the link, and in bottom you can see the options here. So under values, these are all active values, and you can see here. So you have entered only this one, Salesforce digital marketing. Salesforce is taking API names also. So like for each field, for each object, it is creating API name. Same way for pick list values also, it is taking API name. Okay, that's it. Now you can see in this order only I have added. In the same order only you are able to see. Let's see. This is the order I have given. And now, as I mentioned, so single value, okay, you need to add a single value in a separate line. So that's how it is displaying. In a separate line, each value is displaying. Okay, suppose if I add in a single line like two values, let me show you what will happen. Okay, let's see. So before going to explain that one, let's select this one. So Shankar is joined for which course? Data science. Let's go here, select data science. That's it, it will be saved. Okay, data science is there and edit it. What is the meaning of pick list? So this is the list, guys. This is the list. In this list you can pick up a value. So that's how we can call it as a pick list. Pick up a value from the list. So simply they can name it as a pick list. That's how you can easily remember. You can change like anything if you want. Okay, that's it. And go to students, go to OSHA and double click on it, inline editing, and select Salesforce and save it. Okay, you can pick a value from this one and add it. So this is the pick list value. Okay, suppose if
Mohan Garu,
yeah,
if suppose one person has taken many courses,
yes,
suppose
that is
two
the next
courses.
period, next data type, next data type.
Okay, fine.
Another field that we will see. Don't worry. Maximum today I will cover all the data type of the fields. Don't worry. Okay. Next. Yeah. So I want to display all these data in an alphabetical order. So what order? So click on the reorder. Okay. So whatever order you want to display or so you can see display values alphabetically. Click on it. Okay, and save it. Okay, now the values are displaying in a alphabetical order. You can see the order. So previously I have added a Salesforce at first and UI Python at second, like that, right? Now see it is displaying in a alphabetical order. So it will reflect on the records also. Edit this record. If I click on the edit, right, the page URL also will be refreshed. You can observe that point also, guys. And in which order it is displaying, you can see data science is first, digital marketing second, like that. Previously the order is different, now the order is different. So because I have updated, I have reordered it. So how I have changed it? By clicking on the reorder button, where it will be available on the pick list field detail page. Okay, and suppose and I want to move the Salesforce to some other place, like so you need to click on upside, like that, select, like where we have seen this kind of feature in the tabs, right? So for applications in our first class, so I want to rearrange the places of the tabs. At that time I clicked on the plus symbol and I changed this one, right? So there we have seen this kind of feature. Now you can see that kind of feature. Now I want to save it. You can save it. And now Salesforce will be moved to first place. Okay, next. So that means now you can see, so double click on it and you can see Salesforce will be at first place and remaining will be whatever you have configured here. This is called configuration. Configure, see the spelling, guys. Config. Okay, configured means changing the configuration items, admin related topics, I mean things. These features you are changing. Whatever you have configured here, that is reflecting on the data records. Okay, you need to observe the point. And next, and another thing is there, like a replace value, that we will see later. And in the reorder itself, one more point is there. Suppose, see, if I create a new record, let's see here. If receptions, who will create these records? Receptionists from institute. Sales teams from institute, they will create these records. So by clicking on this one, by default they want to display some technology like Salesforce. By default they want to display. If they click on this one, so what I need to do? So for that one here, so you can have a default value. So select the default value Salesforce and so click on the save button. So now what will happen? You can see default value is checked here. You can change the default value later, not a problem, but now you can see here. So now, so go to students, click on the new student, and by default you can see Salesforce. Okay, so by default the value will be added Salesforce because you have configured so Salesforce as a default value here. That is the reason. Okay, and the remaining things like replace we will see later. That's it. Okay, inactive values, all these things we will see later. So that's all about the pick list data. And next, okay, so next, so different, like I want to go with different, suppose as he mentioned, right? So either we can go with a separate field, like so one person may attend different kind of courses. So what we can do? Okay, so I can give a different name. So trainings, courses joined, offering courses joined. This is another one. Okay, so these are the available courses in Salesforce, and just simply the main course is he joined like that. Otherwise, actually, the business requirement will not be like this. Remember, guys. So there should not be two fields like this. But as I mentioned, right, we cannot cover everything within one project. Okay, we cannot we cannot explain all the features. So in one project, that is the reason. So we can exclude a few of the things. So we can add a few of the extra requirements. In real time, they should not do like this because here courses is there, but they should not add this one also. But in a training, definitely we should need this one. So that is the reason I'm going to add one more field. Even it is a duplicate, but only to explain the topic, I am adding that field. Remember the point. Now I need to create that field also. So what is the field? So courses joined. So you can see here. So here you can mention like SFDC admin. Okay, SFDC dev. Dev means development. SFDC lightning. SFDC means salesforce.com. Remember, okay, SFDC integrations, data science admin, data scientist, Python script. Generally, okay, you can give any names. Okay, that's it. This is a new field. Okay, we are going to create courses joined, and data type is what? Again, all these are the values, pick list values. You need to create a pick list field for this one, because see here, these are all the pick list values you need to add to that field. So data type is pick list. So you need to create a field, right? Quickly you can access. So fields, and create a new custom field, and come down, and now you can see pick list is a one thing and multi pick list is another thing. So here one person can join for Salesforce admin, development, lightning, integrations. For these four topics, one person can join. So what they need to do? Receptionist can select all these four values. So he should not select only one value. They might select four values because the student joined for this four. And another student joined for data science admin and data scientist. So for two courses also, like even spoken English also like this. Yeah, so yeah, regarding the spoken English, right? So guys, whoever doesn't speak fluently, at least so whoever poor in English, right? So you can please join in spoken English classes right now. This is the right time to join, guys, parallelly, so that within these 3 months, right, at least you are able to speak properly and you can manage in real time. If you are unable to speak and if you are unable to manage in real time, so you can definitely lose the job. That I can say 100%. Okay, that I have seen also. Focus on the spoken English things also, guys. Okay, next. So now let's create a field. What field I need to select here? I cannot select a pick list because by using the pick list I can select only one value. Okay, but I need to select multiple values. So here multi select, that means multiple values you can select from this pick list, from this drop down. So that is the reason you need to select the second one. Click on the next one. So what is this one? Course joined. Courses courses joined, and now you can select this one and enter all the values. Okay, copy it, and each value should be separated like this, or if you are not separating like this, okay, what will happen, let me show you. SFDC admin comma SFDC development. So in previous example I am not able to show you, right? Now I can show you in a single line. If I select, okay, what will happen, let's see here. And now, so these visible lines 4 you have given, right? Let's keep it up. If you want, you can increase it up to 6 lines or 5 lines or anything, 6. Okay, field API name is there, and click on the next button. And the next finally save it. Okay, you have created a multi-select pick list value. So what is this one? Where is offering courses courses joined? Select this one. It's a multi-select pick list value, so you can see multiple values. So I have added SFDC admin and dev, so with the comma separated in a single line. So now, so this is exactly value you are going to see. Let's go here. So just either refresh this one and you can see, or you can go to existing records, so we are working with this record, right? Osha's record. Either you can inline edit it, that is the one thing, or you can edit the whole record. So let's edit whole record. Let me show you here itself. Now you can see, so two boxes are there. So let's see why two boxes, because you need to select multiple values. That is the reason here two boxes are displaying. Salesforce has provided. So left side you are seeing, right side where we have seen this kind of feature again while adding the tabs, right? Here we have seen under customize my tabs. So here you are seeing, right, two boxes. In first class I have explained same concept. Now you are going to see, okay, same concept, multiple pick list values. Let's go down and let's see. Now student joined for Salesforce admin and dev. See here, so I have added both this one and this one in a single line, so it will display in a single line. Okay, that is the reason each value should be separated into a next line. Okay, you should not add commas. So let's go here, edit this one. Okay, remove it. Okay, save it. If you want to make it as a default, you can make it as a default. That is your wish. Even this one also you can make it as a default. And now add, suppose I want to add new value for the existing pick list field, whether it is a multi pick list or whether it is a normal pick list, but I want to add a new value for the existing one. So now I have removed development. So if you refresh the page, so now you cannot see the development. SFDC dev is not there. Now I need to add. Okay, so let's go here, click on the new button. Generally what will happen when this situation will happen, so you have implemented this field. Let's see, I'm just giving a real-time example. You have implemented these values, you have added these values which are given by business analyst. After few months, a new requirement came into the picture, and they have given, so like a new requirement, so they are asking to display a new value here or a new value here. So that is a business requirement you will get in real time. So you need to know for the existing pick list fields how to add a new value. So for that one, what you need to do, you need to go to the field and open the field detail page, and here you need to click on the new. Under values you need to click on the new. Okay, you can add it, SFDC dev. This is how you can add a new value. Okay, that's it. So it is added dev, and if you want to reorder it, so alphabetical order or your own custom order, your wish, default value, everything will be here. I mean everything you can configure here. Let's go under refresh the page. Okay, done. So Usha joined for Salesforce admin, lightning integrations, and also for Salesforce dev, and save it. Now save it. That's it. And now once you are saved, right? How these values are separated? All these values are separated with comma. You can see here all these values are separated with semicolon. Sorry, each value is separated with semicolon. So see here, this is one value separated with semicolon. So this is another value separated with semicolon. So like that, for multi-select pick list values, each value is separated with semicolons. Okay, that's how. And now, so if you want to update, if I want to remove this, so any one of the value, so like lightning, anyone, select this one, so click on this button, so that this will be moved to left side, and click on OK button, and click on save button. That's it. She joined for Salesforce admin, SFDC integrations, and SFDC development. Okay, and next go to Shankar, and Shankar joined for another course, right? Now either you can double click on this inline routing like that. Now you can go to this field. What is the visible lines I have given? Visible lines I have given 6. So you can see here how many values: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, along with available, right? These are the 5 values, and available is one more value. 6 values. Those are the visible lines. How many lines? 6 lines are there. And even if you select this one, you can count it. Totally 6 lines will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. So these are 6 lines. Those are the visible lines you can set up here. If you want to increase, you can increase it. That is your wish, and you can configure. And Shankar is joined for suppose Python script and data scientist and data science admin. Even one value also you can select. Some people will think, right, so can't I add only one value? Yes, of course you can add one value. Copy it, okay, and save it.
Sorry to interrupt you. So we have said the 6 values, but it's more than 6 values.
Where
6
you can
fields.
see more than 6 values, count it. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. You have said availability also is a.
If you go here, how many? Now count it. Lines.
Okay.
1, 2,
okay,
3,
lines.
4,
Yeah, I
5,
got
6
it.
lines.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Next field. Okay, so this is all about a multi-select pick list. In the pick list, one more option is their replace value, that we will see in our next class, and we need to finish the remaining data types also. So now I want to finish the remaining data types. What are the data types are pending still? So let's create a new field, and you can see. So guys, I am going very slow, not a problem, because these are very key pillars for the Salesforce whole subject. Not only for admin, Salesforce for development also, these are the key pillars. So once you are able to understand very easily, and if you remember easily, then the subject also going forward, you can easily understand it. Okay, and what are the data types pending? So currency I have not added, date I have not added, and geolocation I have not added, number I have not added, percent. So many other data types are there. So let's see. Now based on the pending data types, right, I am creating the requirements. Hello.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్ కి నంబర్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా సార్, దానికి టెక్స్ట్ ఎందుకు తీసుకున్నారు సార్? నంబర్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు కదా సార్.
ఎన్క్రిప్షన్ నేను ఇందాక ఏం చెప్పాను మీకు, అకౌంట్ నెంబర్ కనబడకూడదు అనుకుంటే అది బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద రిక్వైర్మెంట్. ఇప్పుడు బిజినెస్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ వాడు ఏమి ఇచ్చాడంటే క్రెడిట్ కార్డ్ ఫార్మాట్ లో మాకు డిస్ప్లే చేయండి, ఎవరికి బయటకి అకౌంట్ నెంబర్ కనబడకూడదు. దట్ ఈస్ ద బిజినెస్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్. So based on the business requirement, I have taken text encrypted. If they ask, right, so just we can display the account number also. If they give the permission, then you can select number data type. It's so you are not a decider. Understand who is the decider here? Business people. Like VLR training business, they only decide which one they want to display. You get it right?
ఓకే సార్.
అర్థమైంది కదా? అది వాళ్ళు బిజినెస్ వాళ్ళు డిసైడ్ చేస్తారు, నువ్వు నేను డిసైడ్ చేయలేము. అది
నెంబర్ లో ఎన్క్రిప్ట్ ఉండదా సార్? నెంబర్ ఒకవేళ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటాం.
ఉండదు.
నెంబర్ అంటే
ఉండదు.
న్యూమరిక్ వాల్యూ ఎంటర్ చేయాలి కదా సార్ మనం?
అవును,
ఓకే.
ఎన్క్రిప్షన్ ఉండదు. ఓకే ఓకే. Now fees details, course fees. Let's see here. Total course fees. Okay, let's add, suppose that this is what which course? Salesforce. So Salesforce course fees is 16,000. Mine outside 25,000, 30,000 also they will charge. I don't know why they are charging that much amount, and they don't explain in detail also. And now think this is 25,000 Python data science. Data science means I think so 35,000, right? Okay. Digital marketing, so 25,000. Okay, different courses has a different course fees. So let's say, let's create this field also, total course fees. Let's give, and I need to create a field. Simply, you are in students tab. Let's go to the field and let's create a new custom field, and now select the data type. So now course fees, all fees related things you can select with currency. Okay, money related things, all money related things, money, whatever money related things fields are there, right? You can select currency only, don't go with the numbers. Okay, currency, because rupees, right? Currency means it will tell rupees, dollars, like that. Okay, like that, currency, and click on the next button. And now we'll label name is total course fees, and money characters 18 characters, it's too much, 18 is okay, maximum 18 length only. So currency maximum 18. What is this 18 means? Let me show you. Suppose 18 length they have given, right? What is the meaning of this one? 1 0 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. Otherwise you can remove, you can easily understand one. This is called length of 18 for currency. Understand? Maximum this much business is not there. Any course maximum can offer below 1 lakh only, right? So 4 characters as of now, 4. Okay, 4 digits, 5, 10,000, 6, maximum 6, 1 lakh below courses only there in VLR training. So they can give, we can offer 6, no problem, we can offer 6. And it is a money related, right? You can display in a paisa also, like decimal places. 2, what is the meaning of this one? So dot 2, right? 89 paisa, 60 paisa. Generally, so in this business, like VLR training course business, right? Paisas will not be there. But in the bank business, suppose if bank peoples are using a Salesforce application, like financial projects, banking related projects, in that projects, so they definitely use decimal places also. Okay, that is the reason Salesforce has provided that feature. Now I am adding this one, 6 and 2 decimal, total 8 characters, 8 length, and click on the next button. And now before going to that one, I want to tell you something, a new thing. Okay, okay, so now you can see here help text. As of now we have not entered anything in the help text, right? So let's add something in the help text. So total course fees. Okay, total course fees. Okay, so total course fees, I'm just adding something here, help text. So let's say here, click on the next button, a new thing you are seeing. Okay, click on the next button and click on the save button. That's it. Okay, what is the field you have created just now? Total course fees, this is the field you have created just now. Click on it. Okay, so length 6 and decimal places 2, and help text total course fees, this is a new thing you are seeing now. So let's go here and refresh the page. and open the record and edit it. Okay, so you can see here total course fees, right? So let's go to this field. What is the help text you have given? Total course fees. So here, can you see the question mark symbol? Only it is added for this field. And if you keep your mouse on the question mark, you can see the value total course fees. What value you are seeing? Total course fees. Where we have configured this value? In the help text. Whatever you have entered in the help text, so that is displaying. Now I am updating this help text of each course. Okay, and save it. So now I have updated total course fees of each course. So now refresh the record, and now you can keep your mouse on the question mark symbol. Now it is also updated. So what is the total course fees of each course? Whatever you have entered in the help text, that is displaying as a question mark. So generally in real time, what is the benefit of the question mark? Suppose let's say receptions might get confused about address. See here in the address, so if they have a confusion, so like address 1 is there, address 2 is there, two fields are there like address 1 and address 2, and they are getting confused. In address 1 what I need to add, in address 2 what I need to add. The receptionists, so from VLR management, they might get confused. In that situation, so if you use this question mark and if you add here in the help text, like address 1 means so add a permanent address here, and address 2 means add a temporary address or current address here. So that is the benefit of the question mark. So like that, business people can use the help text. Okay, that's it. Now next, so what is the data type? Currency is the data type. And maximum 6th length, right? Let's try to add something. So what is the error you are getting? Number is too large. Why it is too large? Maximum we have fixed it to configure to 6, but you have added more than 6 numbers. So that is the reason you are getting. Okay, so what is the data science, right? Let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 maximum. So save it. Now you don't get any errors. Okay, 1 2 3 and 1 2 3, totally 6 digits. After that 2 decimal values. Okay, that's it. Suppose if I am trying to add one more value, definitely you will get error. So number is too large. Mute yourself. Okay, number is too large because I have added much more. So that's it. Now one more question you might have. So can I add only one digit? Yes, of course you can add one digit. So maximum 6, minimum 0 or 1, your wish. So now let's go here. So what is the course? Usha joined for Salesforce, it is 16,000. Shankar joined for data science, it is 35,000. So it is 35,000. Okay, that's it. And paisa also, if you want to add that 78 paisa, you can save it. Okay, that's it. So before decimal, so totally 5 numbers are there. So maximum 6 you can enter it. After decimal 2 numbers are there. If you want to add 3 numbers after decimal, no problem. It will take only 2 numbers. And one more question you might have, sir, why it is a dollar symbol is displaying? Okay, so can't I change it to Indian rupees? Of course, yes, you can change it to Indian rupees. This is the user. Who is the user? Actually, so created by me. I will tell in the next class at the end of the fields class section, right? I will explain what is this, all these kind of, I mean, all these fields also. Who is the user, and all these topics you will cover, I mean, going to be covered. And this dollar also, yes, we can change it. That is the next topic. Don't worry, I will explain this one. Okay, right now you can remember. And next go to Usha, and Usha joined for, so Salesforce means 16,000 Indian rupees only, not dollars. Okay, that's it. you can see. So total course fees here it is displaying the help text also. Okay, now we have covered currency also. Okay. Next, number. Let's cover number. So like what I can give is student number. I don't want to add any text. I want to add only numbers. Student number. Okay, student number. Let's see here. So because I need to cover all the data types, so that is the reason I am only preparing the new business requirements. Student number like it starts with 0001 like that, and 000 like 2 like that, different kind of. Okay, some other things like 1 2 3 like that, whatever it may be, like this. So numbers you can add it. So let's see here. So you need to create a field. Let's go here, go to fields and click on the custom field, come down and you can select a number field. Okay, select the number field and click on the next, and what is that one? Student std, student number, serial number only. Otherwise student payment receipt number, payment receipt number, student payment receipt number. Just think. Okay, I can add only numbers. And now let's see here. You might have a question. So one you don't have a question, right? Let's see here. Field name I have given student payment receipt number. Can I change? Field label is this one, field name. I don't want to go with the student also in the field name. Can I remove it? Answer is yes, you can remove it. So this field label should not always equal to field name. Field label name will be a different one, field name will be a different one. Based on your requirements you can change it. Why I'm saying is in real time you are going to see for 2 to 3 of the fields, right? Field label name will be same, but names will be different. Okay, that's what. Payment receipt number, even if you want to remove the number also you can remove it, not a problem. So here you can see field name is different, label name is different. Okay, that's it. And here it is a number, I don't want zeros, simply you can put like this. Next, now so one of the option I want to explain to you, unique. Here required is there, unique is there, external ID, these three, so forget about. And now you are going to see any one of this one. So let's see unique field. What is the unique field? Okay, so let's click on this one, unique. Okay, click on the next button, click on the next button, finally save it. That's it. So we have created one number data type field. So what is the, where is this one number data type field? Yes. Okay, so student payment receipt number is the label name, payment receipt underscore is the API name, and number data type 18, so decimals 0, 18 length, and maximum, that one unique. Okay, unique. Now you can go here, so refresh this one, Usha's record, edit it, come down and see student payment receipt number. Let's see here. Okay, so 183 something like this is a receipt number. So let's see 311 is the receipt number, 4 ones, a dummy data guys. Okay, and save it. Okay, now I have given dummy data 4 ones, receipt number. Okay, and let's open Shankar's data also. Okay, and what is the receipt number? So Let's say add same receipt number which you have already given to OSHA. Okay, try to save it and see the error. So what is the error? So everything you need to read it, guys. Don't skip this one. Everything you need to read it. Invalid data. Review all error messages below to correct your data. At first time, definitely it will take time to read all the errors, but it is very important to read every point of the error. I mean every word of the error. Going forward, you can easily understand it, but right now you can read everything. So duplicate value on the record. So same, it is a duplicate. We have already provided this for once in another record. That is the meaning of duplicate. In which record? OSHA's record. So you can see OSHA's record. Okay. So why the error is displaying? Previously, see here. Here you are not getting an error. Duplicates also you can add it in all other fields. But only within this field, why we are getting the error? Why? Because I have made this one as a unique. What is the meaning of unique? It does not allow duplicate records for the same object, for that object only. Okay, for that object it does not allow duplicates. That means for this, which object? Student object. And in student object, suppose in real time you have created thousands of records, student records, and in the thousand of student records, only for this receipt number should be different for all the records. Suppose 1000 records you have created, for 1000 students the receipt number should be different. There should not be a duplicate value. Okay, there should not be a duplicate value because Salesforce will so throw error. Okay, that is the uniqueness only for this object. So some people definitely will think beyond the, like out of the box. Sir, suppose here contact object is here and I am creating contact record. Generally some people will think so with unrelated thoughts, yeah, they might get it definitely. So here, so what will happen here on this record? So it won't depend on the other objects. It will check this field only within this object. Okay, because this field is available on which object? Student object. And you have made this field a uniqueness within this which object? Student object. So that means which records it will it does not allow duplicates? Student records. Okay, okay, student object related records only, it does not allow duplicates. Clear?
So,
Yeah.
I have a question. So the only time you can actually make a field unique while you're creating the field, or is there any other ways? And the second question is, once you make the field unique, can you actually make it not unique later on?
No, you can make a unique field only in one place. You cannot make from another places here. Okay. And another solution is with coding only you can make a field as unique. This kind of error messages you can display by using coding.
Okay. And then you can, once you make the field unique, can you make ununique later on, or you can? Hello. Did you hear me?
Okay. So
Hear me? You can always take up the uniqueness later on, right?
Sir, your voice is not audible.
so how about now?
Yeah, now it's fine.
Let
This
me.
conference will
Okay,
now
okay.
be recorded.
Okay. So now for your answer, right? So I have showed you. Yes, you can uncheck it. So now I removed that uniqueness on that field. And now, so you don't get any error. Let's save it. Okay. You don't get any errors. So that is the benefit of the unique field. Okay. And now one more thing I would like to say, number, right? This is the number data type field. So now you can see that data type benefit as of now. Might be you might get if you clear, I mean some idea about the data types, right? Now you can see the data type benefit also. So which data type I have selected for this field? Number data type. Let's try to enter some characters. Okay, this is not a number, this is a text. Okay, but what data type of this field? Number is the data type for this field, and try to save it. And what is the error? Invalid number. So now you understand the data type meaning, why we have selected data type, because that kind of data only you need to enter. That is the reason you need to select a particular data type based on the requirements
Sir, I have a question. Like,
related to number. Yeah,
can you make it as a string? And also sometimes, a string is actually a combination of text and number. So you can make like say capital M 1 2 3 and then make it as an order number from there onwards, or is it possible?
of course, yes, it is possible. Okay, so for your question, answer is yes, it is possible. You can try it, that one. So change data types also I will tell you in next. So you go to here, edit it, and here change field types. Okay, can you see? So you need to click on this one, and here what number, see what data type is available. So that data types up, you can change it to that data types. So if it is a text is available, you can change from number to text, and you can save it, and so that you can enter whatever you want. Clear?
But is it good
But I will tell
practice?
you end of the fields.
But is it good practice to change the data types in a real time?
Yes, sometimes when it is needed. Let me talk to you. So good question. Actually, this is a good question. Yes, sometimes definitely what will happen. So everyone, including a business people, doesn't tell you which data type you need to select. Actually, so they will give some business requirement and use case. Based on the use case, like this is one use case, right? Think these are the values. This is a use case. So based on the use case, we need to select the data type. And going forward, during the time of development, you might get some conflicts, because in another requirement, so they might use that field for another values to store another values. And so at that time, in two places you are going to use, I mean, for two kind of use cases, you are going to use a single field. Okay, but when you, I mean, when you are creating, right, so you have seen only one use case and you have not seen the second use case. So you have selected one data type and created that one, like a number I have created just now. Now another use case came into the picture, and in that, as she mentioned, so they want to use some characters also. So that is the second use case. Just now only you have read it. So now what you need to do, you need to definitely change this data type from number to text, and click on the next, and finally save it. Clear? That is a
Yeah.
business use case in real time, definitely will happen in some
Okay,
situations,
sir.
but not in
Okay,
all
sir.
situations.
Clear, but we will lose the. I mean, we lost the data, right? Existing data.
No, you can't lose the existing data. If you change the data type, it won't be loose. Okay, you cannot lose this data. It will be there only.
We'll
Not,
change the from English to date field or date field to email field.
see. If you want to change one data type to another data type, that there is a restriction. For few of the data types only you can change it to few of the data types. But directly unrelated data types, you cannot change it from one data type to another unrelated data type. Understand? They will not provide like that also. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Clear, sir. Thank you.
Sir,
Salesforce has already provided that kind of feature.
Sir, very quick question. So what if I want to make this one on top of this as an auto number after I change it from the number to text, and then I wanted to make it as an auto number means automatically generating from M1 to 3, M1 to 4, M whatever.
Is it available or not here?
It
If
is
the
available.
feature,
Can we
if
actually
it
make
is,
a combination of text and auto number together?
of course, if it is available, that means yes, you can change it. Okay. So you have already completed my previous classes, right? So you are asking this, going forward topics, right? What you can do is I'm giving you answer, right? You can practice it because you know already. Understand? You have already gone through my previous videos, so that's why you know already. Okay, because
Actually,
these people doesn't know about the auto number. This is the next data type I'm going to tell you. At
okay.
that time, if you have any questions, you can ask, so that other peoples also will not get any confused. Clear?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, whatever data types we have added here, you can just go through those questions related to that data types, so that other peoples also will get a clear picture. Because you have already taken my previous videos and you are gone through this auto number anything, but other people doesn't know about the auto number. But for your question, the answer is yes, you can change it and you do from yourself.
Sure.
Okay,
I didn't go through the video, sir. But anyways, go ahead. Thanks.
exactly. Yeah. Okay, done. So where are we? What is our where we started here? Let me show.
Mohan, I have one question.
Student number. Okay, exactly. Okay, so you can change
Hello.
any one data type to another data type if Salesforce has provided those things. Yeah, any question?
Hello. I have
Yeah,
one
I can
question.
hear you. Tell me. Yeah.
Yes, while creating the field, we didn't check the unique value. After
Of
that, we
course.
entered some 10 more records. After entering 10 records, we decided to make it unique.
Okay.
What is the case if we have duplicate values before in 10
Good question.
records?
Definitely you will get error while changing, adding the uniqueness. Okay.
Okay, we will get the error. Okay.
If you will get an error and it will show you. So these are the duplicate values which are available like that. So I can stop here. So, and I will tell you, I will show you the, for this one, it's a related question. So let's see this one, right? Mute yourself now. Mute yourself. Edit it. So for her question, the question is, see, already duplicate records are there, and now already fields are there, and one field I want to make it as a uniqueness. So does it allow to make it as uniqueness? That is her question. No, you will get error while saving this field. So duplicates are there. See on this field, 4 ones and 4 ones. Okay, and click on the save, and you can see the error. You can see here. Duplicate values found uniqueness on this records. This is a record actually. Okay, Shankar data and Osha's data. On these two records, there is a duplicate value. So that you need to check. That's what. Clear? For your question, is it clear or not?
Yes, Mohan.
Okay, that's it, guys. And mute yourself. Tomorrow we will continue. Today evening we don't have any classes, guys. Remember. Okay, this week we don't have any evening classes. This week, listen carefully. See, we don't have any evening classes to this week. Okay, we don't have any evening classes this week, only morning classes. And still how many data types are pending? So date, we will finish geolocation and text area, long and rich. Yeah, tomorrow we will finish the fields, guys. Okay, and if anything left tomorrow I will so complete that one also. Today so class is completed, and
I have another question.
Yeah, you can ask. You can ask any questions if you have, guys. No problem.
Okay. Do we create this object under any app, or we just created this object tab?
Object does not depend on any apps. Okay. What is depending on the app? As I mentioned in the first class, what I explained. App can control whether object or tab. Tell me. Did you attend
Control
my
the
first
object.
class? No. Did you attend my first class? Have you attended my first class? Class 1. Can you hear me? Who is asking this question? Chintu or something, right? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Apps can control what? Objects or tabs? I mentioned so many times. Apps can control tabs only. Tab is different from object.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Guys, one more time you can go through my recording video and make notes, all your notes. Okay. One more time you can go through recording video. But see, if you skip my class, if anywhere, right, if you are getting bored, suppose because it is a repeated topic and you want to move to next. So in between also, so many important things definitely will lose. So for your purpose, what I'm trying to say is something like some people, they don't want to go quickly, right? You can so change the speed in YouTube, right? You can change the speed like 1.25, you can make it and you can watch my videos. Okay, again one more time, if you want to watch and if you feel repeated kind of thing, so you can make it to 1.25 speed and you can watch it. Okay. And this week we don't have any evening classes, and still if you have not paid so course fees, right, please so pay the remaining, I mean course fees, right, guys. Okay. And let me know if
Mohan
you
garu,
have.
one doubt.
This conference will now be recorded.
So whoever missed my previous classes and whoever joined recently, for them, see, if you want to go through my first class, right, regular class 1, see here, you can search Salesforce Mohan. Okay, search it. Let me show you again one more time. Go to filters in YouTube. Okay, search, click on the this week and you will get so many videos in below. Okay, in this all videos, what is the class 1, what is the class 2, what is the class 3. So let's see here. So Salesforce admin development class 2 is the class 1 and part 1. Okay, and this is the class 1 of the part 2. So these two first you need to watch it. Okay, don't go for demos right now. First you can finish this one, and second this one, and next if class 2 is finished, then go to class 3. Okay, this is the second class. So -1, you can make it as a -1, and today class they will make it as a so like class 4 like that, and you can make it as a 4 - 1 3, third class like that. Okay, you can watch like that. If you want link,
Okay.
copy it.
Thank you, sir.
Let me share in. Okay, I have shared in the charter group to everyone. You can just copy paste it.